Welcome to Dark Truths, Religion Uncovered. Tonight, we'll explore a significant change in how we view faith, how the virtue of endurance has quietly faded away. In ancient beliefs, endurance was essential, not optional. Faith was expected to be tested and stretched over time. Believers didn't measure their faith by how quickly God acted, but by how long they stayed faithful when it felt like He wasn't there. For example, Israel wandered for many years. Prophets preached for ages without getting responses, and early Christians faced persecution and hardships without seeing quick rewards. Endurance wasn't failure, it was a sign of true faith. Scripture reminds us that he who endures to the end will be saved, not because endurance earns salvation, but because it shows true loyalty. Today, however, many see endurance as unnecessary pain. If faith doesn't bring quick relief, people start to think something is wrong. We're taught to expect fast answers, immediate growth, and visible results. When belief becomes challenging, it's often reassessed, changed, or even abandoned. While this approach feels honest, ancient beliefs would call it fragile. Scriptures don't promise that faith will always feel sustainable. Instead, they assure us it will be worth holding on to. Endurance is forged during delays. It refines our motives and distinguishes true devotion from mere convenience. Modern belief sometimes avoids endurance because it highlights our limits. It demands patience without immediate rewards and requires us to be faithful even when we don't receive feedback. As a result, faith adapts. People shorten their commitments, shift their beliefs, and redefine perseverance as self-care. But ancient faith recognized that endurance is not neglecting oneself. It is trust extended over time. Endurance helps keep faith strong, not just reacting to emotions as they change. Today, many beliefs fall apart under prolonged pressure because they were never built to last. Passion can be intense but short-lived, and conviction can flare up and quickly fade. Ancient teachings insisted that faith should withstand boredom, doubt, silence, and opposition. Without endurance, belief becomes reliant on excitement. When inspiration wanes, faith tends to weaken. Scripture praises endurance precisely because it can survive even when nothing feels rewarding. James encourages believers to let perseverance finish its work, emphasizing that it's not about feeling good. It's about completing our faith. However, modern belief often interrupts this process, leaving before we can fully change and grow. Ancient believers understood that endurance was God's way of shaping people to carry His truth over the long term. Without it, beliefs remain shallow. Tonight's important message is this: a faith that cannot withstand pressure will retreat when tested. Endurance doesn't make faith rigid. It makes it strong and resilient. Ancient teachings knew this, but modern belief often forgets it because enduring can be uncomfortable. Yet, discomfort is where true strength is built. So we'll conclude with a thought-provoking question that ancient teachings would ask today. If your faith required you to stay faithful longer than you expected, without clear signs or rewards, would you still endure? Thank you for joining us at Dark Truths, Religion Uncovered. We invite your thoughts. Has endurance been set aside for immediacy, or does belief still have the strength to remain steadfast when challenges arise? As always, thank you for being with us. Please subscribe, like, and comment. Until the next episode.